Hoops Nation. James Mooney here in Manchester. He's been doing this to me all day. He likes to flirt with me. He's a little antsy right now.
I'm pumped up because that was an exciting week 3.
Week 3 was definitely our best week so far.
We didn't think it was going to be like that.
Not even close. I expected, just from looking at the 2 games we had.
Well, you see Massa Coastal, you see McBuckets, and automatically
you're playing free agent teams.
Yeah, and it was the first game was something. It was special because Alan's guy,
Mr. Steve Neville,
Mr.
back in the building.
Snowman, just walks right in like Willis Reed. Like,
injury-free.
What's going on, dude? He's like, I'm ready to get it going.
Taped up the ribs.
Needed an oxygen mask on the sidelines, so Reed Allen invested in one of those.
Yeah, seriously.
This guy needs it.
He needed it.
Tonight he needed it. He said he's working on his cardio. He'll get it back. I don't have any faith. I don't doubt him. But that game was back and forth the whole game. Tight game.
I thought McBuckets was going to lose.
So here's the thing. Our human highlight reel, Eric Meberg,
the human highlighter, man.
Toned it down a little bit.
Big time.
And last week he went from neon green. I thought I was going to he had the neon green highlighter last week. I thought I was going to see the neon pink highlighter this week. But he toned it down and just turned into a regular Joe Schmo.
Baller.
Yeah, actually, maybe every week we're going to see something different. Last week was make a statement. This week might have been just play basketball.
He made a statement another way.
Yeah. So he's guarded Steve Neville, which the video doesn't do it justice. Steve Neville is like maybe 2 to 3 times bigger than this
at least
kid.
200 pounds, maybe.
And Meberg's a big guy. Meberg's got
more.
long arms, tall kid. But Neville, that just shows how big Neville is, because he's just huge.
Neville he caught the ball, fake middle, spun baseline, jump hook after jump hook. I was like,
this guy,
I like this guy's game, man.
He's so into the game,
Yeah.
Every time out, he's going up to the referee to ask him something.
Which was me at one point.
Oh, yeah, good job by you.
Thank
Tim
you.
Donahue over here covering. This guy, worse than an NBA game, covering the spread at the end of the game.
Such a liar. Stop.
He's like, like Larry Johnson, phantom 4-point plays over here and stuff like that.
Listen, as regional, there are no budget cuts, as Pepe liked to say. One of our refs forgot we had a game at 7 o'clock. Luckily, he showed up to the 8:15. So I had to step in, and I think I did the most marvelous job that any Ultimate Hoops game has ever seen.
He's got the looks of Dick Pavetta. So he got that down pat. He calls a game like Tim Donahue. He's going to come out with a book a couple of years later on how he's bringing everything.
The game was well called, well balanced.
No, he did a good job.
But at the end, what it came down to was free throw shooting, and if Steve Rodriguez did not go 6 for 6 or whatever it was from the free throw line during that stretch,
did well. And
I think they lose.
They lose because now we know free agent Otto. He played an awesome game. He's a really good player, and I like his game.
Him and Eric really put free agents on their back.
And don't sleep on my man Lawrence DeMassey.
DeMassey had a hand on maybe every single loose ball and rebound, offensively and defensively.
He's so pesky. He's just is a pest out there, and it's like a little gnat that keeps running around and doesn't stop, and his engine is just going and going and going.
Yeah.
It's like my guy Pablo Prigioni, lifetime member. He's like, you get a rebound, you think you have it secured, you got your back turned, and he's right there to smack it out.
Yeah.
He's just that guy that gets you an extra possession on offense, and he's always hustling, always working, never complaining.
Nope.
Just comes and does his job week in, week out, and he's a hustle hard player.
And another guy who put their team on their back was Mario.
Mario
Vanderbroek, with his sons in the building, in attendance, lit it up. I'm not exaggerating. He hit huge
Mario played well.
Threes. That's all he basically takes, but he hit some big shots.
Down the stretch, too.
Tough shots, contested shots, nailed them, really kept his team in there. It was, they were tasting victory over McBuckets, but experience comes into play.
And this goes back to what our preseason preview was about. Steve Rodriguez making his free throws at the end of the game was super clutch, no doubt about it. But Mike Smalls put it all together tonight and really played a team game. There was a couple, he's always going to have a couple possessions where you're like, there goes Smalls again. He's so fired up. But he was passing, he was moving the ball, he was taking shots at the right time, attacking the basket, defense, offense. not yelling at his teammates, taking constructive criticism. Mike Smalls played an awesome game, and
I agree.
If it wasn't for Steve Rodriguez's free throws at the end, I mean, without even you don't get to that point without Mike Smalls.
Steve Rodriguez also too, though. He had some key steals.
Yeah.
Balls inbounded. Guys are looking at the inbound. They're thinking everyone's back on defense. Here comes Steve, steal, and that turned into a couple points. And those are backbreakers too, because those were momentum changers.
Yep. Shout out to Jeff Woodrow. The beard is looking great, man.
Yeah. Solid contribution from Jeff.
He's a good, like, he's just a steady. You know what you're gonna get from him.
He's developing more and more trust to be in there with the game on line. He doesn't force too much. But his contribution.
He's gaining.
The team is really like in a positive way.
He's gaining more confidence, and the team is allowing him to have more confidence, which makes him feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, whereas in the past we've seen him since season 1, and we've seen him grow so much, which is awesome to watch. Is season 1, you know, he took a back seat a little bit. Now he's in the game. He's a big factor
100%.
to why they win games.
Yeah.
But I love what I saw out of Mike Smalls tonight, man. That was awesome. And if you keep doing that, you guys are only going to continue to
Just
grow.
make sure you get your jersey, Mike Smalls.
Come on, bro.
Bring it. You know you have. If you need another one, let us know. We will get you one.
I know you have it.
So, to wrap up that game, also too, McBuckets now has played 2 games without Matt Muller.
Yeah.
He should be back. He will be back, actually.
Yep.
So when he comes back, that'll just be a huge,
Yep.
thing for McBuckets.
Second game.
Second game.
Woo!
I mean, what do you? All right, let's go from the beginning.
This is a misfits.
No
this
excuses.
is a free agent team.
No excuses. Massa Coastal played in another league at 7 o'clock.
Don't give me that. Don't give me that.
We had to push them back to 8:15 to make sure they came. They were here on time, but were they tired?
You could see the legs were donezo towards the end of the game. I mean, there was shout out to Tunde. First off.
Well, it's not a shout out. Let's talk about him right now.
Yeah, well, okay, I won't even shout. Yeah, we'll talk about him.
Well,
we'll get back to.
first,
where do you want to go? I'm all over the map right now. I'll go anywhere.
First, let's show the interview.
Corin Chesterton, Ultimate Hoops Basketball League here in Westchester with Tunde, newly addition to the Misfits, first time in the league. Don't know anything about those banners hanging over there, but those both say Massa Coastal. That's the team you played tonight.
Okay.
Took them to overtime. You had 45 points.
Wow.
Guarded Steve on defense. Did work on him on offense. You guys pulled out the game. Final score, I think you guys won by 6. What's going through your head, man? Welcome to the league.
Well, thank you for welcoming me. I wasn't really too worried about the banners. Didn't really look up there. I just came in, know what I could do, knew what my team could do. We just wanted to come out here and get this victory.
So what were your thoughts on the game? It was definitely a little chippy out there. I know you told me at one point, refs were calling it one way, calling it the other way. You guys were both battling each other. What were your thoughts on, just the game?
Refs, I think the refs were pretty fair. It was a chippy game. They were kind of letting things go both ways. Both teams came out to battle. I mean, much respect for that team. My team, much more respect for them. They came out to battle. We pulled out the victory. That's all that counts.
So now you're drenched in sweat. You were doing it all, defense, offense. Talk about your teammates. You guys think you're growing as a team? You're getting better? How's the team holding up?
Oh yeah, we're definitely growing. We just got Kevin today. He helped us on the boards, battling. Got another big guy under there. We're growing. We'll get better. We'll figure it out. I mean, I think this team was pretty good. They're probably going to get better, as will we. So I look forward to playing them again in the near future.
So we got a lot of footage of you scoring buckets. Are you at the top of your game, or is there more to see from Tunde?
Oh, no, there's way more to see.
Well, we look forward to it. Welcome to the league. Congrats on the win tonight, man. Good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you.
So, Tunde, he didn't score 45.
He had 41.
He had 41.
Getting guarded by Steve and everybody.
And guarding
Steve.
I mean, what do you...
He did it all.
He shot 15
He Greg Jennings in. YouTube Madden Greg Jennings. He put the team on his back.
Listen, you don't score 41 points and miss 2 shots.
That's absurd.
Unheard of. That's Klay Thompson numbers right there.
It seriously is.
I mean,
it was impressive. It was like
on the biggest stage.
And I'm over here filming, and I'm like trying to get made baskets here and there. Every time he got the ball, I didn't have to cut and paste. It was like, this guy's making a layup.
Everything.
I'm like, he's doing a step back three. I might have to cut this one. Wow.
But now it was a foul. There's no doubt about it.
What, end of the game?
Steve Sawaka's chuck at half court could have easily
Now, I spoke to-
been a foul.
I got an inside scoop on that. I spoke to one of our referees. He says at that point in the game you could
let the players play.
You can make the call, but are you going to make that call? You know, it's like it's a half court heave. Whether or not it's Steve who can make it.
Of the, it's
why are you
put
there?
yourself in that position?
But, dude,
why?
but Steve could make that shot.
I know.
You want to contest it because Steve could make it from the other baseline.
I mean, yeah.
Once he pulls in the parking lot, he can make a free. He can make.
But
a
let's
shot.
not take anything away. Misfits, Zach Wydra,
Oh my God.
workhorse, Kevin Clampett.
Zach Wydra's like Kevin Love on the
Workhorse.
boards, man. This guy gets like 30 boards a night.
He's, I like the Misfits. I said that from the beginning. I really like the team. They've won 2 games now. I think they're 2-1.
There's an art to rebounding, and
What do you-
Zach Wydra knows how to do it.
What do you say about Misfits, though? Do you like Misfits? And
I
what do you
do.
like about them?
Here's what I did. I like to see progression and growth. From week 1, they've only grown, and they picked up Tunde week 2, or they had him since week 1.
From week
Oh,
1.
since week 1. He's getting so much better as a player. And they didn't have Clampett week 1, and now they got Clampett back week 2, and they played this week. Clampett and Tunde is a
problem.
is a duo in the backcourt that you do not want to face.
No.
If you see them in the playoffs, watch out.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say is Clampett could ball, Tunde could ball, and Wydra on the boards. That's a problem. Jeff Wall, he could ball too. Dan could play too.
And
Francis Linder.
Missing. Mike Mahagan gave solid minutes.
If you just clean up those little passes at
Turnovers,
the end,
But you know what? He
smarter
didn't
with the
try to do
basketball.
anything either,
That's
he
true.
He was like, you know what? I just want to win.
Yeah.
And I like guys accepting their role, and that's nothing against Mike, because I think Mike's capable of doing more. But
Yeah.
in those situations, you know what? Tunde was the guy.
Oh.
Just get him the ball.
Yeah.
Find a way to get him.
He would have the ball and you'd find Tunde. That game was exciting, and it's so awesome to watch Steve play basketball, man. Because there is just a switch that he turns on, and it's just like Superman Steve.
That's it.
It's literally like he's balling, going through the motions, doing it, and his going through the motions is, and well, maybe not you played college basketball, you played overseas, but for me, his going through the motions is still putting up at Eve's 35 a night.
Yeah.
Once he flips that switch,
He just scored 34, I believe, tonight.
everybody in the gym is just like,
Oh, everyone starts to sit up in their seats, stand up.
it's a different feel. You just like, he makes one shot and you're like, I'll look at you or you look at me and it's like, is this it?
Yeah.
And he makes it, he'll drive to the basket, make a
And then
layup.
you're like, all right,
He's
get the
in it.
camera out,
He's in
we're
it.
ready.
And then it's a step back 3.
Yeah.
It's like when he gets locked in, that's fun to watch.
There's no one else who does
And
better.
that back and forth between Steve and Tunde, that was fun.
That was basketball, man. That's what this league's all about, man. And you know what? I'm glad to see Misfits get a win over Massa Coastal, because you know what? It proves that this league is well-rounded.
This isn't Minnesota Rec 130-28. This is basketball. This is good basketball.
Yeah, this is exactly what we I don't want to say this is what we expected, because you don't expect much from your free agent team. And Misfits was a free agent team, and they kept a majority of the same pieces, but
this is what you hope for.
when you get a guy like Tunde in your roster, it's a game changer. It completely changes the dynamic.
And this is like Christmas for Jeff Wall, man.
You're welcome, by the way, but I won't get into it.
Every time it's like, this is the best gift ever. It's like he got a brand new Mercedes Benz.
That's it, man. And Tunde's locked in, and again, from what he said, we haven't seen the best of him yet.
Hopefully this riles up like Steve and Massa, man. Because Steve, if you did that, I know you played a game beforehand, but if you did that the whole game, what you did at the end of that game, you guys, I don't know, maybe they smack him. But he turned it on maybe a little too late. Those were fun games tonight.
Yeah, I agree. It was just it was good games, man, and it wasn't what you expected.
Yep.
So going into each week, I have no expectations. I have zero expectations unless the Bombers are playing. But you know what? At this point in the game, if a team can beat Massa Coastal at its full strength, and I don't care.
Without Kraus,
they did play a game.
Kraus.
Oh, that's a good point.
Kraus isn't in there.
And Brett.
And that's that's a big. Those are two big.
Either way, you still have your core, your guys. You still have Steve Sawaka. I mean, it was great to see. I don't wish anyone to win or lose, but seeing Misfits win to me is awesome because it really gives light to these teams that maybe didn't expect much. You know, to steal a win from Massa and McBuckets or Bombers is just awesome.
Yeah.
With that being said, that concludes our third week of the winter season. Next week we have some games as always every Thursday. I don't know how my facial hair will look at that point.
It looks terrible right now.
Now
it'll probably look terrible.
Listen, I'm not going through a midlife.
Mine, on the other hand,
I'm not going through a midlife crisis. I wanted the beard back. I shaped up the beard. I messed up the beard, and I was forced to get rid of the beard.
This guy thinks he's Brad Pitt coming in with
Brad
a new hairstyle every single week with his goatee.
People call me Bradley Cooper every now and again.
Yeah, like his freaking.
I get it. I mean, I'm a good-looking guy. I have crystal blue eyes. What can you say? And I'm dynamic. I can just mix up my looks whenever I want.
He's gonna be. I'll give you Bruce Jenner. His female.
Bruce Jenner looks like Kris Jenner right now.
He's turning into Bruce Jenner. Next week he's gonna come in with a sports bra
and my legs nared.
I don't know what he's going through right now, but he is a little more feminine lately. So if you need a manly perspective on anything basketball-wise in the league, come see me. Because Mooney will just be like, "Oh, you're playing great. Good game. You shot well. You lost. Who cares? Come to me. I'll keep it real."
Yeah.
This guy will ask, "How's my facial hair look?"
Does look good.
Next week he's gonna have a mustache. The other next week he's gonna have
True Detective style.
He's gonna have like one of those like Duck Dynasty like beard like with the rubber bands in it.
Listen, I gotta keep my wife on her toes, you know.
Yeah, it's just scared straight is what you're really keeping her on.
All right, so James Mooney here.
Corin Chesterton.
Week 3 in the books. See you next week.